Hello everyone and welcome to CBL. Welcome to the current affairs class of science and technology. So let us have a look at the current affairs of science and technology for the past 2 weeks. So we are going to cover the following topics. The first one is DRDO lab develops bike-based ambulance Rakshita for medical aid in remote areas. Right. Then we'll have a look at the Indian mathematician Nikhil Srivastava, who has won the prestigious award Michael and Sheila Held Prize for his efficient and innovative work. Right. Then we'll look after the world record created by SpaceX by launching 143 satellites. Coming back to the Indian news again, we have AstroSat that has helped our scientists at IIA to discover some rare UV bright stars. We'll have a look at the Padma Awards that have been announced, and we'll look who has bagged the prize in the field of science and technology. Then we'll look after another important launch of the digital voter ID cards. Starting with the very first news, that is DRDO lab has developed a bike ambulance Rakshita. It has delivered 21 bike ambulances Rakshita to the CRPF personnel. Many areas of our country are Naxalite hit. So in these northeastern regions, the Naxalite hit regions, remote areas, there are a number of casualties owing to the fact that the ambulance cannot reach such remote areas. So the idea came into the mind and DRDO developed this Rakshita to help our military personnel. Basically, it is a 350cc Royal Enfield classic bike that has been modified and fitted with the advanced technologies and other things which will help to give the proper medical aid to our military personnel. Developed by INMAC, that is Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, a lab of DRDO. This bike has all the basic amenities, and the basic significance of this bike is that it would help the paramilitary forces in the remote locations to be taken for medical help sooner. Right, looking at the conditions of the roads in the remote areas and also at the conditions, if we think of applying this particular bike ambulance, using this particular bike ambulance in the civilian field, this would be a great help, because sometimes we find that the proper help is not given to the patient because of the crowded roads. The four-wheeled ambulance is not able to reach the hospital as soon as possible. So this bike ambulance will be a great help in civilian sector also. So it might have some civil applications in the near future too. Then this has very important features which are not bulky. We'll look into these features in a while. Then it would be easier. Most important thing, we can reach the military personnel with ease, and it is much more cost effective. Talking about the features which this Rakshita has, it includes a reclining casualty evacuation seat. That means a seat which can be taken out and can be put onto the bike again when needed. It has a head immobilizer and safety harness jackets. Obviously, we need to measure the parameters before a casualty reaches the hospital. So, ample of kits such as the oxygen kit, the air splint, they have been fitted into this bike to provide the proper first aid to the paramilitary forces or paramilitary casualties. It also consists of a physiological parameter measuring equipment with wireless monitoring capability and an auto warning system for the driver. So again, DRDO has done a very successful job. Coming on to the next news, which is Indian mathematician Nikhil Srivastava has been awarded prestigious 2021 Michael and Sheila Held Prize. So Michael and Sheila Held Prize is given to mathematicians. This year it has been shared by the Indian mathematician along with other two mathematicians for solving the long pending standing questions on the Cadison-Singer problem and on Ramanujan graphs. He is currently a professor in University of Berkeley, California. Along with him, the two other mathematicians that have been awarded with this prize are Adam Marcus from EPFL and Daniel Allen Spillman from Yale University. They have not only solved the questions, but they have also opened insights into the basic joining relationship between the linear algebra, geometry of polynomials and graph theory, which would be a great help for our computer scientists, and they'll be able to solve their problems with the proofs given by these eminent mathematicians, right? So basically this prize includes a medal and $100,000 US award. Now I move on to the next news, that is SpaceX launches 143 satellites, thus creating a world record. Elon Musk's SpaceX has managed to break the world record by launching 143 satellites on Falcon 9 rocket. So basically it was a small satellite ride share program where Falcon 9 carried 143 satellites belonging to the various private and government space bodies, out of which the maximum number were of a US-based San Francisco's Planet company, which had 48 of their Superdove models on flight. Then there were IC from Finland, Capella and Umbra from the US and IQPS from Japan. Apart from these satellites, there were 10 satellites of the SpaceX's own Starlink constellation. Falcon 9 carried these satellites from Florida, thus creating a new world record and breaking the record of ISRO, which was ISRO had carried 104 satellites on its single mission in February 2017 aboard its PSLV C-37. Which included the launch of very important 714 kg Cartosat series of satellite along with 103 passenger satellites from Sriharikota. So I hope that ISRO is again able to create a new world record. Keeping in view, I move on to the next important news, that is AstroSat helps spot rare UV bright stars in a massive cosmic dinosaur in the Milky Way. Our Milky Way is full of a number of stars, but our Indian scientists have made a remarkable achievement. They have spotted the rare UV bright star using AstroSat. Now what is AstroSat? AstroSat is India's first indigenously built dedicated multi-wavelength space observatory. So its unique feature is that it can study the stars in all the wavelengths from various parameters including the optical, ultraviolet, low and high energy X-ray regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. So basically this AstroSat is of a great use. This AstroSat payload has 5 different payloads, out of which UVIT is of a great help. But before telling you about that, I like to tell you about the eminent scientists, the 3 women scientists of IIA who have done this commendable job. They are Deepti S. Prabhu and Annapurni Subramaniam Snehlata Sahu from IIA. They made the observations, they collected the data using the UVIT. UVIT, as I told you, it is a part of AstroSat payload, that is ultraviolet imaging telescope. Along with it, there are 4 other payloads also. But using the data, the colored images from this UVIT, they were able to decipher and decode these rare UV stars because they appeared much more hotter as their core is exposed and they are much more bright. Some of the stars are even brighter than the sun. We'll talk about it later on. So basically, this AstroSats helped them to distinguish the hot UV bright stars from the relatively cooler and fainter normal stars in the images. So this data was compared to the other data using the other telescopes such as Hubble telescope, and they deciphered, they decoded, they discovered these rare UV hot stars. About 34 UV bright stars have been found, and this data would be of great help to know about the life of these stars and the death of these stars. They'll be able to measure the surface temperatures, the luminosities and the radii. One of the UV bright star is about 3000 times brighter than the sun. So a great help in understanding these stars, the cosmic stars, because this AstroSat has allowed them to work in a wide range of wavelength. Next, I come to the Padma Awards which have been announced. First of all, I hope you all must know the Padma Awards are the highest civilian awards of our country, given under 3 categories: Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. They are given in different spheres of life such as public affairs, science, medicine, engineering, education, sports and some eminent personalities in field of arts as well. So Padma Vibhushan is awarded for exceptional and distinguished service. Padma Bhushan for distinguished services of high order, and then there is Padma Shri for distinguished service in any field. This time Padma Vibhushan has been given in the field of science and technology to 2 eminent scientists, namely Dr. Belay Monappa Hegde, who is a well-known cardiologist, and then to Shri Narendra Singh Kampani, posthumously given. He was known as the father of optics, the unsung hero, the father of fiber optics, right? Along with this, 10 awards have been given in the Padma Shri category, which are as follows. Let's have a look at the name of those scientists. We have Shri Ratan Lal in the field of science and engineering from United States of America, an Indian American scientist. Then we have Shri Ali Manikfan from Lakshadweep. Then we have Shri Dr. Chandrakant Samabhaji Pandav from Delhi. We have another scientist posthumously given to Dr. J.N. Pandey in the field of medicine, Dr. Krishna Mohan Pathi from Odisha. Then we have Dr. Dhananjay Divakar Sagdeo from Kerala, Shri Ashok Kumar Sahu from Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Bhupendra Kumar Singh Sanjay from Uttarakhand, Dr. Dilip Kumar Singh from Bihar, and Dr. Veera Raghavan from Tamil Nadu, whom the award was given posthumously. So, this was about the Padma Shri Awards. Now, next I come to an important launch by the government, which is the Digital Voter ID Card. So, Digital Voter ID Card or e-Epic, it is a PDF version of Epic which can be downloaded on a mobile or in a self-printable form on the computer. This was launched on 25th January, which is the National Voters Day. So now we no longer have to wait for our voter ID card and we can have our own printable form, right? So this new digital version of the card can be availed by the voters in the 5 upcoming state elections on their mobile phones. This was launched by the Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. So now we don't have to wait for our voter ID card to come and then go voting. We can exercise our right to vote right here because we have our own digital voter ID card. That's all from the news of these 2 weeks. I'll see you again. Until then, bye-bye.